everyone. Aho. Ningakto sisi mikjije bitelwisi. My spirit name is Thunderbird Turtle Woman. My other name is Donna Augustine, and I've been offered tobacco today to talk a little bit about Orange Shirt Day and National Truth and Reconciliation Day. And so the tobacco has been offered. I have accepted it, and I said a little silent prayer before the video came on. And I've got sweetgrass in my hand as well, and my ceremonial fan. And a lot of times that tobacco will help to guide my words, because the tobacco is an offering to the spirits, really. And so that's why I always share my spirit name. Again, Thunderbird Turtle Woman. So, Orange Shirt Day, National Truth and Reconciliation Day, is about the children. When we think about the children, it's we honor them, we remember them, and when we think about truth and reconciliation, before reconciliation can happen, first the truth has to be told. And many people didn't even know about residential schools. It was only when Orange Shirt Day started, the schools definitely were finding out about it, but when the children were found, and then it really, not just all across Canada, United States, but they heard about this all over the world, because it's a human rights violation. It's an injustice. This little girl, Orange Shirt Day, her mother, it was going to be her first day of school, and her grandmother had bought her a really beautiful orange shirt, and she was so proud to wear it to her first day of school. She went to school really, really proud, and the first thing that happened when she walked in, they told her, take off that shirt. They wanted her to take it off and put on a uniform. And she was so sad, because that was her grandmother had given it to her. And back then, the people didn't have a lot of money. So it really had meaning for her. And then later on, as she got older, she wrote about it. She wrote about her experience, because it bothered her for years. And because of this one little girl, Phyllis, the story has gone on all across the land, and now everywhere they know about Orange Shirt Day. Everybody's trying to everybody wears orange shirts on that day if they can, or an orange ribbon. If you don't have an orange shirt, you can wear an orange ribbon. And it's just to remember those children. So what I'd like to do is maybe I'll sing a song for those children. The song that comes to mind is a song that actually a long time ago, it was written by the late Johnny Cash. And because he wrote this song about residential schools, and in the States they called them boarding schools. They were all the same. So I'm going to sing just a little bit of that song for you. And so when I sing this song, I tell people, imagine a little boy, because I always think about my dad. He was 6 years old, a 6-year-old little boy not being able to speak. And if he was able to speak, what song would he sing? So I'm going to sing just a little part of that song. From the Indian reservation, taken to the residential schools. Well, they're going to educate me to the white man's golden rule. And I'm learning very quickly, for I've learned to be ashamed, and I come when they call Billy, though I've got just another empty Indian, just America's first fool. But now I can tell you stories that are burned and dried and old, and in the shadow of their telling walks a thunder proud and bold, 'cause there are drums beyond the mountains, Indian drums that you can hear. There are drums beyond the mountain, and they're getting mighty near, and they're getting mighty near. Oh. There's more verses to that song. It's a bittersweet song. My dad used to call it his rebel song. But it's to me, it's about saying what happened, but we're still here. As the indigenous people of this land, our children, we're still here. The Creator placed us here in North America, what we call Turtle Island. So ultimately, whatever has happened to us, to our people, we're still here. And we're hurt. There's a lot of frustration. People are hurt. They're upset. Many are angry. But underneath that anger, there's always deep hurt of what happened to us, you know. But I want to tell you that ultimately, though, we are I don't want to say a forgiving people, but we're very kind people. And no matter what has happened, like here in the Maritimes, here in New Brunswick, we are covered under the peace and friendship treaties, where we agreed to live side by side in peace and friendship. These are the treaties that were made nation to nation. And so we're still living up to those treaties because we're still sharing the land. We're still, when newcomers first arrived, our ancestors shared our food, shared our medicines. They shared their knowledge of how to live in this new land. And so I just want to tell all of you that not only during Orange Shirt Day, but to think about those children, and for the adults that might hear this, you know, do your best to become good allies. Reconciliation is acting on something, not just talking about reconciliation. How can you help? How can we come together? So I'm very happy to be asked to do this video today. I just feel it's a responsibility of mine to share what little knowledge I have out there, and with those children in mind, because they weren't allowed to speak. So sometimes we have to be that voice. That's why I sang that song. There's more to that song. It's a very powerful song. But so Walalio, and in my language we say Walalin, means thank you. Have a great day, and thank you for acknowledging those children. Thank you for acknowledging Orange Shirt Day, National Truth and Reconciliation Day, and just really from your hearts, having that kindness in your heart and the courage to hear the truth. Thank you. Walalio, Nogama, all my relations, for we are all related.
Wolastoq pamalagwe, haji de pamigo. Wolastoq onalagwe, supe kamia. Nikwas pamipin, wazi zichnil askamil.
Quaid Lewis nil Delbert Molten no Jao nil Negwitcook Naga Diddlis Gijinawado Wolastoq Ladwe Wagan Louis Tazo nil Adlawesto Naga Kadwaganadamonia Eloise Happy Louise o Marjorie Pearly Gizagak Kim Konen Danwan Tullis Gijinawagan Naga Mejimeo de Glipogun Side Dahama. Good day, my name is Delbert Moulton, and I spoke to you in my Wolastoq language, or Mouseet language, and I want to tell you a story about a lady named Marjorie Pearly from our community, Negwitcook, or Tobic First Nation, and she was very instrumental in making sure that we didn't lose part of our culture, which was Native ceremonial dancing. And she taught us quite a few dances over the years. And this all began many years ago. Yeah, right around 1965, 1966. And what she did is she researched a lot of our dances that were done by the Mouseets, the Passamaquoddies, and the Penobscots. So at the time, she had a son and a daughter that she was teaching them to, and her son and daughter recruited others, such as myself and my wife and other Elvis Sapir and different elders from our community, so we would learn our ceremonial dances. So we would practice at the back at the day was called the community hall, and we would dance probably twice a week, and it was very interesting. Some of the dances that she taught us was a welcome dance and a greeting dance. She would teach us different, like I say, different dances and how to greet other nations. We'd start off with a greeting dance, so I would dance around and greet the people that came to our territory. And after that, we'd set up a peace pipe ceremony where we would offer a peace pipe to the communities that visited us. And once the peace pipe ceremony was over, then the other community would join us if they wanted to in our ceremonial dances. Other dances she taught us was a wedding dance, where she made or chose couple of dancers, and they would perform the wedding dance. It was quite interesting. As a matter of fact, I've seen some couple ceremonies on our First Nations where people got married and used parts of that dance to use as part of their ceremony. We would do the snake dance. In the snake dance, we would ask other participants, other people, if they would want to join in our dances, and we would teach them the steps we wanted to go, and we always had a leader, and we would go in and out in different patterns, and people were really happy to take part and also enjoy themselves dancing. One of the other dances we had was the Tomahawk Challenge. And the Tomahawk Challenge was a challenge between two young men that would measure their agility, their ability to use their feet. And it was usually you try to kick the other person below the knee, and whoever kicks the other one's knee first, the other one, of course, is eliminated, and the other dancer comes in. And you continue that till you end up with a winner, which usually took about 15 minutes. Another dance we did was a feather dance, where we would stick the feather either in a bottle and or in the ground. And again, it measured a person's ability, their agility, also their ability to bend as low as they could to pick up a feather with your teeth or with your lips or your mouth, and that it was open to other people also if they wanted to try it. So it was quite an interesting dance, and people enjoyed watching it. One of the other dances, which was done by the just women only, was called the Pine Bough Dance, or Dutuwazes. And this dance was only for women, and it was just a special dance for them to celebrate women, because women in our culture were very powerful and still are. And it was a dance designated just for them. So those are some of the dances we done over the years. And what we would do is after a bit, we would make our own outfits. And I want to show you a picture of myself and my wife at the time. And her outfit is like that, and mine is so. And we're quite young at the time. So some of the places we would be going would be like St. John, New Brunswick, to a parade. So it was quite interesting for us as First Nations and young people visiting these different areas and meeting different people, and how happy people were to see us doing the ceremonial dances, and they were happy that we never lost that part of our culture. And again, I like to thank Marjorie Purley for making sure that that part of our culture never disappeared. And thanks for her guidance over the years. The other thing I'd like to say is over the years we have gone to Mohawk country. We went to Kahnawake First Nation in near Montreal, and we would perform our ceremonial dances there. And every year, probably around 1969 till about a good 10-15 years after that, there's this place in Quebec called Odenak, and they would ask us to come to their area, which is about a 7-hour ride from Tobic, and we would participate in their parade. And also they would have a stage located at the bottom of a hill, and the hill would be packed with people from different areas in Quebec and different parts of Canada. And it was quite interesting. It was pretty fun to go to. We would take basically whoever wanted to go from our community, and we would take elders, we would take young people, I remember taking my son, I think at the time he was 6 years old, John, and my nephew. He was only about the same age, and people were really amazed that these young people could dance. And we also took elders, and these were people in their 60s and 70s. And one elder we took was Peter Salas and Philip Sapir. And the elders that we took reminded themselves. It's a French community called Pierreville, where Oudenac is located, and it reminded him of France when he fought in World War II. And he was really, really honored that we took him on our trip. And again, it's something that I thought I'd share with people, because even in my community, a lot of people don't know about part of our ceremonial dances, and also the fact that, again, Marjorie Purley was very instrumental, and she was really passionate about us learning our culture. And of course, at the time, all of us spoke our Wolastoq way. So they went skijin one way at Lagatiek. We would have fun, we would dance and laugh, and we made a lot of friends in all those different areas. And I thought I'd share you a little bit of our history in Melsi ceremonial dancing. Nitepsil.
So this next song is a traveling song, and it's going out to all the people across Turtle Island.
How do you celebrate with Canada when
that was the beginning of the downfall of your people. How do you make this an event we're celebrating when the truth is, if we hadn't been discovered, we would still be strong, healthy. We would have had another, as I say, we would have had another evolutionary process. Everybody hits me with, well, do you want to go back to teepees, and do you want to go back to canoes? You're going to give up your car? You're going to give up your house? And again, these are things I need to think about, because there's actually a lot of wisdom in that. But it also means that if I celebrate this part, am I condemning the rest of my history, the real story of my people? So I actually relied heavily on the word commemoration. The event is history. It did happen. And it is something that we need to look at. But once again, I'm very concerned that we're going to look at it through the proper lens. And the lens I'm talking about, of course, is truth. So am I supposed to be angry? Am I supposed to fight that? I don't think I need to. Truth is its own defense. I'd like to think that lies will be exposed, the liars will be exposed, just like I believe the crime is now exposed and the criminals will be exposed. I'm looking for justice. Commemoration is not about forgiving, it's about forgetting. And I can't forget. So the word commemoration, I need to be careful that I honor the word itself. There's nothing wrong with commemorating the good things that happen, but in those good things, we have to explain to the young people who we were, what we had, and the beauty of our world. This is what I want to commemorate. I want to commemorate who we are with who we were. I want to commemorate a real relationship in which everyone was respectful. I'd like them to commemorate the very land that they're in as sacred. So when it comes to commemoration, instead of saying, well, we're going to think of 215 bodies in BC, I think I'd rather talk about the missing voices. I think this is where I want to know the truth. So much of this has been hidden, and that's what people don't want to bring to the table. So when they talk commemoration, when they talk orange t-shirt, it's not always what they say, it's what they don't say. I call it the lie of omission. So how do we make sure that we insert the truth? How do we make sure that that's the foundation